As I've mentioned in previous videos, inking is far more than just making an outline of whatever you have penciled. Inking is such a rich set of techniques that can really embellish or add to a drawing. And the challenge that a lot of people face, myself included, is how do I take a photo and how do I actually, if I'm trying to draw something from reference, how do I know where to place the black fills? How do I know where to place hatching? And this is a technique that has helped me out in terms of just as a visualization tool. It is not meant to supersede or replace the actual drawing part, but it can be very useful when you have inked something and you're just looking for ideas on where to add your black fills and where to add your hatching. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to first of all make sure that black is our foreground color and that white is our background color. This step is very, very important. And if it's not that way, if you hit the D key on your keyboard, basically what that does is it resets the swatches back to default. So you have black on the foreground, white in the background. Next up, we're going to do is we're going to just duplicate this image here so we can have a copy and we can compare against our original. If you go to Filter, you choose Filter Gallery, and then you look for the sketch folder and you choose Stamp. Now the stamp has a couple of different parameters here. You have light and dark balance. If I crank this all the way up, it's totally dark. If I crank it in the opposite direction, it's totally white. So you want to find some kind of a sweet spot in between. And then smoothness is exactly what you think it is. If I crank smoothness all the way to the left, it looks very textury, has a little bit of a pixelization look. But then as I start to crank this over to the right, it gets to be an amorphous blob. So you want to pick something that is going to give you enough information without being too overwhelming. So if I'm concentrating on this gentleman's face here, this looks pretty good in terms of the information that I want to get out of it. So I can click OK. And now what this does is it reduces this full color image to just simply black and white. There are areas that are totally dark, right here, like underneath his chin, and also on the, I guess, our left side of his face, right? And this automatically gives us more information to work with. So if you're happening to draw a portrait or you're drawing some type of a subject, this can help you resolve that into black and white. And you can see the lighter areas here, there are still dark regions. So even if you're not using this particular stamp effect directly, it can be a good guidance for you. Now let's take a look at another example here. This example is not as well lit. What I mean by that is you can see that there's clearly, a broader tonal range of light to dark values in this portrait. But in this tank image, the colors look a little bit more flat. So let's make a copy of this and see what we can do with it. I go to Filter. I'm just going to apply the previous filter. So if I just go to Filter and Filter Gallery, it automatically converts that. And so now what I'm left with here is I can see maybe a little bit less detail than the original reference image, which is also helpful when you're trying to draw something. But it also gives me areas where I can consider placing my black fills, like this wheel over here, underneath the tread. We still have enough information to get the idea that the tread is actually comprised of something that is, of individual chain links, right? And we have black fills underneath or on the side of this turret and a few other areas. So this can be really helpful when you're trying to figure out where you want to add your black fills and the extent that you want to convey texture within your drawing. So that's it for this video. It's a short and sweet one, but I think it can be actually pretty useful, especially when you're new to inking and you just want to go beyond sketching from an outline, that you want to start adding a little bit more vitality and texture and lighting information. This is a great, what I would call, quote unquote, a cheat to help you out. So if you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up so more folks can find it. Let me know what you'd like to see on the channel. I'm always open to new suggestions and questions, so be sure to enter those in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching and thanks for your support, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.